What are you talking about?
You were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Mary. Look. Marbles, 6 Steelies, a dozen Aggies, 8 Kiwis, and one great big glassy with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you, madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us, if the library caught on fire, and the volunteer homes brigade men had to whisper the news to them. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I wasn't my what you would call it, I could lie on the floor or my body had turned to sand. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing in the night. And the weather was so and it's darling, and every word of his song. But when I cried in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause. I can never win for the civilized world except that unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with any librarian, such as that. Brian. by myself.
All right. Bye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute. Are you still listening? You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Mayor Shin. I collect doorbells, and this specimen has an unusual tone quality that...
Flattering liability. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. No, I haven't been by City Hall with a paper check.
Must have just missed you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, your hand! Oh, no!
What is it?
The spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
It is. What does that mean?
It means that your son's finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good! It means that America has at last produced an artist that can flugel a minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Hey, where can I get one of these holes?
Sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 earnest money.
Yes, sir. Just the thing that I don't have any son. You unscrupulous, fly-by, please. You best be down at City Hall by God paper 3 o'clock.
You mean this
I'm
afternoon?
gonna make myself clear about a Quaker on a day off.
True. Do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Oh, if your boy has that same firm chin, those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Not that he could ever really be great, you understand, but...
And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
But Professor, we are Irish.
No. No, really? Well, that clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Why, thank you. And $7 earnest money for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Why, certainly, his uniform. And there won't be a penny due until delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the excitement and pleasures of today.
Would it have,
Stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. Oh, buy a red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. But if you can get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's on the way with you. But if anyone can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'll pick you for a hug, carrying clay pipe smoking, horn playing, pipe smoking, parasol cursing Irishman. We call him Big Johners. Where are you from, my boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it, Garrett. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Why, yes, Coleman, class of '05. How to do, Miss Peru?
how to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've tried to see you since the other night, but...
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, he might have his father's musical gift. He does have a job, you know.
Oh, your husband musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk with him. I'm sure we...
Do you burst in on everyone's home like this? Prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Now, why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's all the more reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding over it for 2 years now. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks, Miss Peru, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious perhaps, but I admire that woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later in the week.
A moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 14.
Fine, that's all I need. Now I must get back to the hotel.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marion. She's not really...
Please, don't worry about a thing. I'm sure at heart, she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone? He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Dairy conservation possible. Why? No, darling.
Now, Mama, girl's future doesn't depend on every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing, traveling man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please ask Miss Scrub to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners. Do I have to? You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling that the Indiana Journal may help me look some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up at this age, if you don't mind my asking. What kind of white knight do you expect to come running along?
But I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who knacks me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library. He does. Or Ed Gamage in that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a knight in shining white armor either.
Okay, but meet me after supper.
I can't. It's up for me tonight. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that what I just said? First of all, New York, and now the footbridge. Where will you meet me after that? The black old cow cottage is gone.
I only want to show you my invention.
What is it?
My music holder for a marching piccolo player. It's
still has a few minor flaws, though. When you hold it tight enough to keep the music steady, it cuts off the circulation and you can't move your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
It's Papa.
That's the very first thing I said or not. Yes, the very first thing I said or I'll leave Hewitt home. I want that spellbinding credential, I said. This morning was July 4th, 19. And then my wife was out dancing with it in all hours instead of in the home.
But George,
Remember the school board singing up the street from down out instead of attending the city matters? My oldest girl's off boodling with some wild kid, and my business is falling so far I can't find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater,
Is who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. That's the only thing I can ever get at. Gary Conservatory, class of what?
If you'll just read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look much further. Now see, it's on page 76, right?
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon?
A likely story. This hour none. The Wells Fargo wagon?
It could be the musical
The
instrument.
musical instrument.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
And once I got a grapefruit from Tampa, from one city, a battle, and across the Hudson.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A breeze and surprise of COD. Or it could be, it surely could be something special, something very, very special now. Just for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle, that's the timber.
The DAR sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
The Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. I don't know how I can ever wait to think. Could be something for someone who is no relation, but it could be something special just for me.
Here you go, Winthrop.
My cornet! Gee, thanks, Professor! Sister, isn't this the most wondrous song I gold thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd ever see anything so scrumptious as this song I gold thing. Oh, sister!
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some I got two out of them horns in pretty short order. I'll see you as grand jury over the county seat.
Now, George, have to see this.
You want your dollars. You go once you want to. I gotta get some from the librarian.
Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due time. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da.